I give myself.
Yeah, back here at Croke Park, we're at half-time in this football quarter-final clash between Dublin and Kerry. And yes, you are reading it right. At half-time, it's Kerry 1 goal and 14 points, and the Dubs 3 points. Joe Brawley, Colin O'Rourke and Pat Spillane with me here in studio, of course. A lot of very shocked Dub fans around here. And they were shocked, Colin, right from the start. The Gooch got a goal that was a defining moment in the game, if you can have a defining moment in the first minute nearly.
Yeah, well, you were saying yourself, Michael, that if you were to pick a player to get a goal, it would be Gooch Cooper, and if you were to pick it at any time, it would be in the first minute. And look at the movement here. McCarthy, he moves up and supplies the final pass. And, you know, as soon as he got that ball, he was only thinking of putting in the net. It reminds me sort of Mark Twain when he said rumours about my demise are greatly exaggerated. And a case of Cooper.
Form is temporary.
Yeah.
Class is permanent.
Yeah.
It's you never lose class. Particularly in there. I mean, I was saying before the match, you know, there was no reason why Cooper wouldn't go out today and score one for. You know, he's on a cornerback who's not a cornerback, but Michael, you know, is hold on.
Sorry,
hold on. Well, you go then.
No, go anyway.
No, sorry.
Go on.
Well, no, the point, what I'm just seeing today by the Kerry forwards is, you know, we've been stuck on the two-man big full forward, or the Donaghy, or the Twin Towers approach last year. This year, today, the Kerry forward line, it's a different style of play. They're playing a two-man full forward line. They're moving the ball at pace. There's great variety. There's great width to the attack. You know, they're not predictable. Yes. The predictability of the last couple of years and the predictability of the last couple of matches is gone. Joe,
yes.
I mean, the one thing about them is, again, it's their individual excellence. You know, like we've watched a lot of football this summer, and there's no doubt that they are individually the best footballers in the country. You know, it's their understanding of the game, their movement, and their pace, and you know, just their deeper understanding of the game of Gaelic football. And you know, I think the Dublin followers are just going to have to accept that the zenith is going to be Leinster titles. You know, every time they've come out of that protected environment, they've been walloped, and this is going to continue.
The big thing for me is, you know, in the games up to now, the great Kerry players, Mark O'Shea, Declan O'Sullivan and Gooch, were all off form. And suddenly they've walked into Croke Park and they're different type of players altogether. And the other thing I was saying before the match, Kerry weren't hunting up to now when they hadn't got the ball. Today there's 3 or 4 Kerry players around every Dub.
Declan O'Sullivan scored some fantastic points. One of them we've clipped up, Pat. The thing about this is, notice the number of Dublin players through the shot, not doing a lot.
First, the support play and the movement is great, and the variety is great. But the difference between playing against Dublin and, say, Kerry playing against Tyrone is, look at the way there isn't a tackle put in. There's no intensity to Dublin's play. They're standing off Kerry players. Look, loads of space, loads of time on the ball, plenty of room for Kerry players to look up, and there's a free man all the way through. They're showing great patience, great composure over and with Declan. Like, you know, Declan's going to come onto his left foot and just cut out. Look, Paul Griffin's cut out, and it's a great point.
I mean, Dublin went into the game with a midfield that was never going to last 70 minutes. I mean, they're just not good enough. And with Brian Cullen, there's just no way at this level that Brian Cullen is going to be able to hold someone like Declan O'Sullivan or even Donaghy Walsh with his pace and running. It's okay against, he did a good job against Kildare, holding the middle, composing them, holding possession. That's not what you need to do against Kerry. You need to go flat on them. You need to be able to stop them. And Dublin just have no facility, and they never have, for slowing a team up. Kildare's 18 points is going to be, there's going to be a lot more than that today in the second half.
Dublin have made 3 changes in that first half.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of waving the panic flag fairly early.
Well, it certainly was. It went back to the old thing, when you're in trouble, take off the corner forward, you know, with Jason Sherlock, and the ball hadn't really been coming up. You know, they were in trouble around the middle of the field. I thought Kieran Whelan should have started the game, but to me it was a strange thing that, you know, when you're only 10 or 15 minutes in the game.
And the other side of it is, when things ain't going right for you, they ain't going right. They had a couple of goal chances and they wouldn't even go in.
They badly needed the boost of goal chances, and Alan Brogan and Diarmuid Connolly, you know, Brogan and both Brogans have been operating too far out the field because they haven't been able to get possession inside. And you know, this was a great save by Diarmuid Murphy.
But even at that early stage, the goals, going for goals, you know, give you an idea of the desperation that quickly flowed through the ranks. But let me compare and contrast. Say Kerry got a blitz like that of 1-3 against Tyrone at the start of a game, as they did in the All-Ireland final a couple of years ago, 2005. you'd immediately see the game being closed down, which is where you appreciate then that the team has that deeper strategic understanding. With Dublin, they've been totally helpless. You know, what do we do? What do we do now? And increasingly what you're seeing is that indiscipline is starting to flow through the ranks, and it really, I mean, they're in a totally hopeless position now.
All right, that's this weekend here on our big match coverage. We've been giving you the opportunity to attend both of this year's semi-finals. Now we'll be announcing the winner at the end of this afternoon's game, but straight after the commercial break, we're giving you one last chance to enter.